Hello and welcome back to another VOD review. We had a crazy weekend of matches. It was actually pretty nuts. We're going to start these VOD reviews with Shanghai Dragons versus the Philadelphia Fusion. Chat is saying hi to you guys. Say hello back. This was a really interesting match. Spoilers. Someone did actually ask in one of the comments on my YouTube being like, hey, are you always going to spoil the match? The answer is yes. I am always going to spoil the match. If you guys want to watch this spoil-free, you're in the wrong place. I'm going to be referencing games that happen in the future. I'm going to be referencing things that happen in future maps and stuff like that, just because I don't want to feel like I'm having to hold up and not saying information because of I don't want to spoil the results. So I'm going to spoil the results of this. This match goes to the Shanghai Dragons. It is a fucking banger of a match. It goes to 6 maps, so there's a draw in the middle. Goes the distance, very back and forth, but also just some ridiculous things. I haven't watched this too in depth. I was had it on in the background and keeping an eye on it. I know what happened on the maps and stuff like that, but I don't know the specific plays by the players. The casters who watched it, everyone who watched it says it was one of the best matches we've had of the year. So, fuck it. I'm down to I'm down to enjoy it. So let's get into it. Let's just get started. It's gonna be a marathon. So, we go. Alright, so we're going to come out and play Symmetra Brawl on both sides of the coin. Very interesting thing that sort of happened as time has gone on is everybody plays D.Va. Like, there's literally no Xayah played in these brawls just because I think of the consistency in the neutral on the D.Va. So, we're gonna get to break it down. Fusion gets the point control first. If you get point control first, you're generally in a better spot. I am surprised that the Dragons decided to go high ground with a Symmetra comp. Carpe gets chunked. I don't know why Rascal walled over here. He's like, what? He's like, no retreat, no surrender, hold the line. Would have been a much nicer to have a wall here. I think maybe he thought they were coming from behind or something like that. But unfortunately, their wall is not very good, and Carpe just gets instantly bopped.
Pass into the ass.
Fearless is better than Super and Smurf now?
I think Fearless has played better in the melee than Super or Smurf. So, yes. I think for at least the temporary right now, I think that is a very mild take. I think Fearless is... If you had to give an MVP right now of the melee, it would go to Fearless. And I think anyone who says anyone else, I just don't agree with. Even in the APAC region, I think Fearless has been the most influential and impactful player in the league. But what about Jimmy? So we get a Sim TP. Wall's much better by Rascal. Oh, Rascal dies. This actually is a trend for this series. I'm actually curious because as I said, I was half watching it, but Rascal dies first. I don't know if I can get a stat for that. I would have to ask somebody, but Rascal died first a lot. And I'm curious to see if it's a lot of his fault. Like that one, he just kind of, maybe a little over aggressive, just got to 1 HP, gets burned down. So we'll see. Fate drops the shatter. They're already ahead once the Rascal goes down. How does that not pin Fate by... Hello? Jeff? Please respond. Oh, like, Fate, like, jumped to the side? So that was actually really smart by Fate. But yeah, that's kind of dumb. That should really... He should definitely have died for that. It's Aaron now. Aaron just doesn't really roll... Aaron! Maybe that's better actually. Aaron! Please respond! The pin! Alright. Good play by Fusion to not go through main. I think Shanghai were ready for that. And Shanghai is just playing this smart, right? You have such an advantage by just playing on the point. The Fusion have to engage. I generally like a 3-3 split or something like that, or having the D.Va come in from a different angle. But like Fusions don't even really have ults at this point. Like Rascal still doesn't have the mail. Look, they're literally just waiting out Rascal's ult charge. What did Mano just shatter it? Oh, did he split the middle? He split the middle and hit nobody. That's unfortunate, but also a pretty big whiff. That's a good Mayout. Rascal's isolated again. He needed to be here. The Mayout's very good, actually, by Rascal. Nice lamp by Alarm, but unfortunately not enough. Bit eventually comes out by Toby. That's it. Honestly, Fleta's walls have been very good so far in this match. Like, literally, it feels like Fusion is just never able to, like, play as a unit. Oh, nice play by Hopper to get onto the point. I don't think it's going to do anything, but... Hopper didn't get an ult that whole match, by the way. He's at 90% ult charge. Can you talk about why people are playing Symmetra Brawl over another DPS? So the way it generally works right now, of why people are playing these interesting compositions with Symmetra is, it's always been pretty prominent on King of the Hill, like maps like Village, like that before, because, and like let's use Control Center as another example for on Lijiang, because the way it works is, generally, if you get there first and you get the positioning, you have an enormous advantage, right? So just in that village, if you get onto the point, you're fucking laughing, right? So if you can get onto this point and you can have your turrets in the corners and then you have your Mei wall, you just have an enormous advantage. Same thing on Control Center, that kind of stuff, and that's why we see it. And the Sim TP out of spawn is just so valuable. It also allows you to like navigate points. Like you can cross this distance using a TP without having to run across and just potentially die. It's being utilized more, and we saw this from Dallas Fuel yesterday, for just creating positioning and changing the tempo, changing the dynamic. Because the biggest issue with Brawl right now is it's impossible to close the distance while their McCree is on the high ground or on a flank, or they have the Mei wall. It's impossible to be the one that engages first without just running your head into a wall. So the Symmetra sort of changes that whole dynamic and allows you to like flip the script a little bit by TPing behind them, TPing to the side, going to a spot that the other team isn't ready to defend. And that is why we're seeing more Symmetra as time goes on. Feel like the Philly supports got outplayed a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. Dallas did a sim masterclass. They did, and then they did the same thing to Houston. And I think it shows how oppressive the Symmetra can be when Houston knew it was coming and they still couldn't solve the problem. Like they just literally, it seems like the solution to Symmetra Mei is Doomfist. So you switch to Doomfist and you can, Doomfist just fucks up the, because they don't have the McCree to pick at the Doomfist. The Doomfist has free reign over the Symmetra, right? So that seems to be the pseudo counter, but then all of a sudden you're not playing the McCree, you're playing their game, all that kind of stuff. So it's very back and forth. We don't really have a perfect answer. How does Lee Jae-gun just die? It's a very bad death. Oh, he gets dinked by Carpe on the low ground. And then he just gets hit by a swing. That is pretty unfortunate. You never really want to get hit by the swing, but yeah, it was still not great. Fleta is just permanently freezing Mono. Is Shanghai really going to win this? Shanghai really shouldn't win this, but no one's really dealing with Izzyaki and Lip on the side. Oh, Izzyaki fucked that up.
Wobble, wobble, motherfucker.
And that's that team fight. Symbiosis, thank you very much for the 2 months. I'm back. Can't get enough of those chill VOD reviews. Hell yeah. Welcome back for the 2 months. BJ Gun, yeah. Shouldn't Farrah Mercy counter Sim? Yeah, but if you go Farrah Mercy to counter the Sim, it becomes the issue of switching, right? If you go, like, let's say you're playing the Sim Brawl, right? And then you're like, well, the counter to Sim Brawl, because they're not playing as a hit scan, is we go Mercy. Let's say we go Farrah Mercy, Wrecking Ball, Brig Zen, or something like that, right? Well, then they just switch to McCree. And now all of a sudden your comp is fucked. And they can just make minor adjustments to their comp and still deal with it. While you've just hard switched your comp, all of a sudden you're ult disadvantage, that kind of stuff. So you got to be careful about the compositions that you switch to counter certain things, because if you overcompensate, then they can just switch as well, and then you just are at a massive disadvantage.
Wobble, wobble, motherfucker.
Smarty, thank you for the Prime Gaming sub. Wow, how does Mono just get isolated that easy? Like, this just feels too easy, right? Like, it felt like everyone dipped back to the point, but Mono didn't. Like, he just gets himself isolated and dies. Like, that was pretty bad by Mono, or just a pretty bad miscommunication by Philly. Can't they just run at the rest of your team? And that's it, yeah. Like, you can just, like, and that becomes the argument of who's going to win between Dallas and Chengdu. I think Dallas plays at such a fast tempo, even without a hit scan, that it would mitigate the effects of the Pharah, because you just play too fast. So the Pharah can't kill everyone and get the damage out before they've killed the rest of your team. What is happening in this room? Is there a better way to do this tech? This feels like he's so slow on the tech. Am I right? Am I right about this? Feels like he jumps too far. Does he not? He shouldn't jump here, right? What happened to the flashbang? Well, Fate gave it away. Look at, he just gives this away so much. Like, Mono doesn't even have good reaction times. Mono's not even reacting to the flash. He's just reacting to the shield being up, right? Lip needs to go first, as Fate is going as well. But Fate goes very early. And he jumps. I don't know if you're supposed to jump in that situation. I actually don't completely understand the tech. But yeah, then he just gets flashed themselves, and then they just get shattered. I feel like the idea was good. I don't know if the execution was there. I don't know. I'm just going to look at pubs. I cannot react. Third party in this. To do the corner, Shadow, you jump and swing as you're about to land. You press Q. Also, you swing. Does the swing stop the hop of the Q? But I also think he overjumped the corner. I think he needed to jump from closer. Lip had to be first. Yeah, the timing was wrong. I'm not 100% sure what the answer is to the timing, because I'm not a Reinhardt player, on like how to get the most effective and efficient use out of a shatter, but that didn't, whatever it is, it wasn't that. Tiny Overwatch legitimately looked like Tiny Overwatch. Oh, what was that flash by Lip? Oh, the swing makes it look like you aren't jump shattering, yeah. Because I just didn't think you were supposed to jump shatter, because you already get a hop when you press the Q. But I think you want to jump and then press the Q so that you don't have to do the lift or something like that. There is like these tiny techs that like reduce the number of frames that it's going to take for you to hit the ground. I just don't know exactly what it is. The flash was supposed to block the shield of Mono, right? And that's the idea. Alright, please don't get... Oh, what is that? Was that just a swing? Look at how dumb this is. Look at this swing. And how much this displaces Carpe. There isn't... Please tell me there's a Lucio boop here as well. There is a Lucio boop. Okay, good. I was like, oh, was that just a swing? That is impossible. I think he went so far because he got hit by this hammer and then also booped. So the combination of both of those boops pushed him that far, and then Carpe's just dead. And this is the second time that Philly has been holding close, which is good because you have the opportunity to isolate guys, but then it has literally lost them the fight. Like, they literally had someone completely isolated before the fight even begins because they did this. Wow, that was a great Mayout by Rascal, though. Now, Mayout actually turned it back in their favor.
Wobble, wobble,
Yo, Bailey, thank you for the 56 months. Kappa, Brad. Alright, good play by Philly. Scotty, the match, internet told me this match was nutty. It also told me. I've watched bits and pieces, but I'm excited to see it. Best player on either team? Honestly, there's so many good players on all these teams. So many good players. Like, I think Mano, Carpe, Alarm on Philly are just absolutely fucking cracked and jacked. And then you go to the other side, I think Fleta, Lip, Void, Izayaki. Alright, so we got a Brawl Mirror. Sigma has been picked up a lot. And I'm actually curious to know why. What do you guys think the rules are for why they're playing Sigma over D.Va in certain situations? So obviously on, like, the last map, right, they both played Brawl, but they played D.Va. This map, they're playing Sigma. Do you think if it's incredibly linear, they play, with no high ground, they play the Sigma? I think it might be a choke thing, right? Like, if it's incredible, I think it's linearity. If there's high grounds and, like, massive flanks, I think you kind of need to play the D.Va, right? Off angles for Sigma, yeah. Like this one, yeah, as people are saying, like you can send your Sigma to a point. The D.Va can't stay on point on their own while a Sigma can. Yeah, I wonder what, like, because there's probably like a science, right? There's like a, if the map is like this, then we want to play the Sigma. So I'll keep an eye out for it more. Oh, Toby goes down that time. That was pretty bad by Toby. Just a little too close. That was like, everyone knows that Lucio's going to go for that, but yeah, he just got a little too close on that one. And like, you can see Hopper trying to do that isolation play, right? Where, as the Sigma. Good boot by Lee Jacob. Sure, both are viable. Yeah, but like, they're both viable, but when you're in the Overwatch League and when you're playing the best teams, you're doing whatever can squeeze that extra percentage out. That extra percentage of value, that extra little bit of way of playing. And that's why you see both teams playing the Sigma on this map. And I think most teams play Sigma on this map as well. Sigma out wants a lot of fights, yeah. How accurate do you say the ult tracking is in AL? Are there players that are better? Oh yeah, there's almost certainly players and teams that are better at ult tracking. I would say you are right most of the time. It's just a feeling. It's just something that you start like ingraining yourself in, and then everyone helps out with. I think going into a fight, you'll almost always know that a team has the ult or is close to the ult. But yeah, in my experience. Wow, that was a good flank shatter by Fate. I'm surprised that Fusion didn't see this coming at all. But they didn't overcommit on it, which was smart as well, right? That was a very well played by, like, they got the shatter, they got the value, they got one kill, but then they didn't just, like, run swinging. I feel like a lot of lower teams make this mistake of when they get a good shatter, they just, like, int into the shatter, and then the lamp goes down, and then they just die. Because they just overcommitted. Oh, rascal. Can we get an alarm, Paul? Yeah, let's watch an alarm for this one. Sure. Rip 3 second shatter. Yeah, and shatters aren't as long as well, right? Llama's nuts. Yeah, Llama's pretty crazy. They see Flair on the corner. Rascal dead again. Oh, I'm glad that was empty. How does Rascal die this time? How does this keep happening? He was just a little bit too far ahead of the shield. I think he was just going a little too early. And then alarm dies. Alright. As a solo player, I always feel like I'm struggling tracking ults, but there's no way to track it as one person. Yeah, it's almost impossible to track ults as one person. You cannot track all ultimates as one person. Because you can't get all of the information in a game from one person. Like you're always going to be looking at something different to think. And so when we say ult tracking, we're not, obviously it's generally, I would say 1 to 2 people's job who consistently do it, who to track ults, but they will ask the question, right? Like, does their Rein have shatter? The person who is most likely to know whether or not their Reinhardt has shatter is your own Reinhardt, right? So if you're a Lucio, sometimes you don't always see the enemy Rein shatter. So you'll always be asking the questions of, do they have shatter? And the Rein will generally answer of like, oh, did they use window that fight? The D.Va will most likely know that they use window and stuff like that, right? So different people have different information. It's collaboration. As much as one person probably controls it the most, it's a collaboration between everybody. Alright, the high noon. I don't like this play by Philly walking into this window. Mano lost his entire shield for that. Why did they feel the need to... Like, if they're going to do this, right? If you're going to walk up to this window, they should just beat engage. Like, they should beat through this window and go through. But what happens is Mano steps up, doesn't walk through it, loses his shield, and pretty much dies. And then Hopper does the same. That was very poor coordination. Then Toby beats anyway. That was very poor coordination by the Philly Fusion. Oh, good shatter by Fate. Yeah, and they're going to lose the point for that. There it is. There it is. First map. Yeah, that was weird. That wasn't really perfect play there. I think, obviously, teams did a great job of punishing it. I think Shanghai did a lot better job of controlling, but I think Rascal died on both Village and that one. What is that one called? Sanctum? God, I can't even remember. Rascal died first, like, a lot. And they lost a lot of positioning multiple times. But also just some weird choices of, like, as I said, like, Philly holding close and Mano getting punished for free. And then Carpe getting punished for free and that kind of stuff. They got away with it at times. But I think if Philly can take those parts away from their game of, like, indecision or miscommunication, I think they were better than Shanghai in that brawl on Nepal. So just some weird isolation mistakes right there. Yo, Do Raymond, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Welcome to the fam.
Ready for battle.
If you were starting in our team, would you take your pick of any player or Krusty? Krusty. I would take Krusty. There is a wealth of good players. I don't think there's a wealth of good head coaches. Play-Doh watched for 3 years and I still don't know the names. I obviously remembered them a lot more when I was a player because you're always, like, looking at which round you're in and stuff like that. But now that I'm not a pro player as much, every now and then I'm like, wait, what is this round again? What is that map again? Krusty over Fearless? Yes. I would put Krusty over Fearless. Why did some players wear 2 headsets? Sponsorship obligations. They're required to use a headset, but they don't actually like using the headset. So they will usually have one headset here, and then the headset that they actually like for the sound and quality and that kind of stuff, they'll actually use for the stuff. But they still have sponsorship obligations, so they have to put it around their neck. It's like a compromise. Because sound is something that is very unique from person to person, right? What is your prediction rates for matches? Oh, no, tragically bad. Like, if we're not talking about my pick'ems, my prediction on the... What's our prediction on the desk right now? I'm like 21-5 or something like that. So I've got it right 21 times and got it wrong 5 times. Which is not bad, but yeah. Have you had your Vegemite yet? Not yet, not yet. Later in the day. 22-6, something like that. I had a good day yesterday with predictions. Alright, so they're diving in. Oh, Fate just gets out. So the positive of having Fate do that, getting that space, getting that thing, first of all, he forced back a little bit of the fusion, but he also got so much nano for Izayaki. Look at Izayaki's nano number compared to Alarm's, and that is a really big deal. I think generally in these double bubble mirrors, the team that gets the nano first generally has a massive advantage. Do you think you could outpredict chat? Yes, 100%. Because here's the problem. So I think if you had a massive collaboration of, like, my entire chat, I had 741 of you predict results and then you came together, you would probably do around the same, maybe better than me. But let's be honest, if I did individually, you guys have chat, you guys have some papige predictions. Like, I've read some shit from you guys. But if you had a good big collaboration, you guys are generally in the right place. No, we're all 5 heads. Call me shit. No, you see, I didn't call out any specific person, so then everyone just doesn't feel like I'm talking about you. Unless you're Mr. Zedis, then yes, Mr. Zedis, you have some very weird predictions. Fate gets the nano first, and this is sort of what I was talking about, right? So Fate gets the nano first, they get it first. His dive hasn't been great, though. So he gets nanoed early, but he's not really in position, so he feels like he has to force a dive into here. And he gets purpled. Is he gonna die for that? Yeah, that was... Why did they nano? It felt like they forced this nano way too much. Is Fate close to dying? Yeah, look at the timing of this. This nano is just not at a good time. Like, Fate feels like he has to walk in, and then he feels like he has to get value out of it, so he does the forced dive. But because he forces in here, Philly can just collapse on him. And he just dies. No one else was really set up for that nano dive, so pretty poor coordination by Shanghai right there. I would have much preferred to have seen him take space and then... Oh, nice sleep by Izayaki. Oh, goodbye. Goodbye. Oh, this is some big kills, though. Fleta's kind of fucking. Oh my god. Really? Are they actually going to win this? In his defense, that is very unlucky. That is very unlucky. But still, that is such a... That is potential... That's probably a point losing play. Like, because the bob... Like, imagine if they had a bob right here. Just fucking flutter up. Like, it would have been fine. But because that bob goes off the edge, they get it. Dude, Fate kind of owned that. I don't know what Fate and Fleta did, but they just, like, isolated all of Fusion and just killed them. I thought they had that fight pretty... I thought Fusion had that fight pretty convincingly. I have yet to see a Bob land on that side. It's honestly impressive how many times Bob is thrown into the water. Bob is not that thirsty. Like, it's kind of hard to throw him into the water, but we see it so often. Rascal died at the beginning of the fight, did he? Rascal's had a really hard match so far. Oh, nice play. Nice play by Rascal. Interesting he went for the Ash. I guess he couldn't turn into the Winston because the Winston was in the bubble and he just didn't want to die. So I don't hate the copy. I'm sure he would have liked to have not had to use it, but I feel like that was more of an insurance policy one. It's about to get worse for him, yeah. And that's sort of the thing is like it's not like, oh yeah, it's happened a couple of times. Like every now and then you're gonna get picked, and it's just the way it goes, right? Like sometimes, especially as a DPS, you're trying to poke, you're trying to pick, you're gonna... Oh. But like, yeah, like, this one's like, he's kind of just challenging DM here, right? He's not even jiggle peeking, he's not just... I don't know why he feels like the need to like strafe left across here, and he's challenging DM to not hit that shot, and then DM just hits the shot, and it's like, well, fuck. Bubbles and shields break LOS, yeah. It's a great grab by Hopper. Getting Lee J gone should put an end to this. Unless Shanghai just wins it so convincingly. Wow. Yeah, that was just too convincing. Oh, good touches. This is good aggro trading by Philly. Now Mono has... Oh. What? How does this happen? Oh, they both... This is on Mono. This is 100% on Mono. Hopper's off the point because he knows Mono has Primal. Does he just step off of it? Oh, and then Hopper gets the boop. Sorry, Void gets the boop. Yo, that was pretty good play by Void. My man shouldn't have gone that far off the point. Like, he shouldn't have played it on the edge like that, because you're just asking to get booped off the point, but still good. Still a great play by Void.
2-2. Switching sides. Initiating.
Void heavy boost mono every match, but that's your job as a diva, right? Your job is to push the Winston around. You can't just let a Winston just like dive around as the thing. And I actually think that is something that I think Korean divas do way better than Western divas. I feel like they do a lot better job of like pushing around the main tanks. I'm curious to see how Fearless is gonna do when he has to play against, you know, Shanghai and Chengdu. Should Rascal switch off the Echo because of DM? I think, well, like, if you think about it, right, what else is he going to play? Does he go to the Tracer? Rascal's not really known for his Tracer, and it's not that good. Was Carpe playing the hit scan? Let's just go back and have a quick look. Carpe was playing Sombra. So it's like, Fusion actually have this really interesting dynamic with Carpe and Rascal, because Carpe is their like Tracer, Sombra, and Hitscan player, while Rascal's kind of like their Mei Echo player. Like, Rascal's Tracer's okay, his Sombra is okay. So it's like, if he's not going to play Echo, what is he going to play? Like, I don't mind the Echo. The Eastern region really likes the Echo, but he's just got to play in a safer way where he's just not going to get shot by, like, he can't just keep dying to DM, right? And it was actually really cool to see DM have a good match. Like, I think DM is someone who we all know is very talented, but just for some reason can never really string it together in a match. But I think DM's actually played pretty well over this weekend.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Sideshow reviewed this last night, and that was the conclusion he came to why Asia likes Diva more than Xayah. Crazy good boop usage. Yes and no. I think it is good boop usage, but I just think I think the reason that the East plays Diva in their double bubble dives, because like they don't all play Xayah that much. Sometimes they play Winston Diva. I actually think they play Diva to counter the Echo. Because the East likes to play Diva a lot more than, I think Xayah is pretty good when you are playing a Tracer, but if you're going to play like a hit scan Echo or something like that, I think the Diva is way more valuable. So I think it's more, that is why they play the Diva more than the Xayah, is because the Diva gets more value against almost everything that is played in the DPS lineup. But also because of the counter boops and stuff like that of the Winstons. Is he called DM because of Carpe? Yes. DM and Carpe are friends. Fleta gets Rascal again. Are you kidding me? He cannot keep dying first. I would actually love to see a first death stat. Let me see if I can message Matt. And if I can get this number. I'm really curious. Did I be ignored? Hey, Ben! I said stats up was up like 20 minutes ago. Does that show first deaths? I don't have you ignored. Sorry, I might have missed you. Yes? Alright, how do I get there?
Wobble wobble, motherfucker.
Slavian, thank you for the gifted sub to Captain Planet. How do I do that? This is hero usage. It'd be like 20. Do Rascal have the most deaths? I just don't know how to do it. Stat Slap tutorial. Alright, maybe we find this out after. It's gonna Go to the tab at the top of the page. Stats. Stats. Stats lab. Players. Matches. Oh. Ah! I'm pressing too many things. Matches. Team fights? Alright. Team first death rates. Season, stage. This is a playoffs match, right? Oh, match ID. Fuck! Oh god, what's the verse? Shanghai Dragons. Holy fuck. What am I doing? What do we know what the ID is? Can I get like player first deaths? You want hero first deaths? Alright, hero first deaths. Okay. Verse. Shanghai Dragons. If I go Shanghai Dragons, this should put me in the list, right? Oh, playing Lucio. Match ID is all. I don't know why I did that. 37382. Why is it saying playing Lucio? Player, hero, echo. Can I get all? He died in 82 team fights. He died 11 times first with a 13.4% death rate. Is pretty high. For a DPS, like Carpe's pretty high as well. Like you expect this from main tanks. Like I think main tanks is to be expected, right? They're the people going in first. But that is really high. Mono died 9 times first. So that's all opponents? No, but we're in a match ID. We're in the specific match between Philly versus Shanghai. Wow, that's a lot. And I think the more important point of this as well is he died and then they won. Like, it's not even like he's dying and he's getting value, right? Like, so Carpe, when he's dying first, they still win like 33% of the time. If I'm reading this correctly, Ben, correct me if I'm wrong. But what this means is Rascal, every time Rascal died, it was so bad that they had a 9% chance of winning after he died every time. So like, it wasn't even like it was a good death of like, he's going in first, he does a ton of damage, but then he dies. Like, it's literally, he is just dying. Fleta also died a bunch of times, and they didn't win once when Fleta dies first. Interesting. So, 11 times. I feel like we've seen a lot of those already, but like 11 times in one match for a DPS player is a lot. So interesting. I'm sorry that did take a while, but I think that was very interesting, and I think it's worth noting because that is, in my opinion, a big story of this match that Rascal just keeps getting picked. So how does he die this time? Cut. He just actually evaporated. And like, I don't think all of these are even his fault, but I think he's putting himself a little out there, right? Like, I think this is one of those situations, right? He's just going a little too wide from the team. Opens himself up a little bit too much to this Zen Ashe. Yeah, he dies so fast. But that is positioning, right? It's over 6 maps. That's over 6 maps. If he died 11 times first on Volskaya, that's... the game's over at that point. Alright, so Philly trying to walk out, trying to control some space. They get Void. That was a good pull rock. Great res by Lee J gone, but DM dies as well. How does DM die? I feel like that shouldn't be allowed to happen. Oh, wow. He also gets murdered. Who the fuck just kills him? Oh, was that just Alarm? Excuse me, Alarm? How much damage does that do? That is crazy how much damage he does there. Does anyone else shoot him? I wonder if Carpe hit him once. And that's where the extra damage came from. Flutter is still existing. Good lamp by Alarm. But they're still gonna die. I like the flux committal by Void at this point. Really try and lock this shit down. Are they gonna win? 2v2. Alarm, I'm gonna need you to kill more people, please. Just kill 2 more. Don't be weird about it. Wow, that's a good hold by Shanghai. That was a very good hold by Shanghai. They committed all else they needed to. I think that needs to go on Flutter and Void. I think they both absolutely popped off. Three windowed BAP headshots is 276 damage. Well, that was him. He triple dinged him. I think there is damage fall off, so that's why he doesn't do, like, you gotta remember there is damage fall off for Baptiste, but Fate goes down. How does this happen? So Fate gets in, jumps in, Primal. Oh, wait, does he just get murdered when he primals in? Overwatch, baby, let's go. We're playing Overwatch now. Stunned. Frozen. Dead. Fortunately, they did trade it back. Oh, good kill by Rascal. That was such an important kill by Rascal to get on a play. This is another one, right? Like, Rascal is so goddamn aggressive on this Mei. He, like, I feel like maybe he's going a little too aggressive under the idea that, like, he has the block. Good isolation on the Void. Like, that was a good aggression by Rascal, right? But you can understand why he's dying so much. Oh, good pull. Damn down. These pulls by Mano have been really good. Izayaki, kill 5. Oh, okay, instantly rocked.
Objective lost.
X-Shock player's aggressive, Gaspia.
Objective B.
Dante said that the Dragons called out Fusion's lack of an S-tier Tracer player by playing so much Mercy. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. But I also just think that's the way that the Dragons play. Like, I don't think... Dragons have played a lot of Zen Mercy. Regardless of Fusion, I just think they really like to play that style. Like, I fucking hate it. I really hate Winston Zen Mercy. Like, let's go back and look at the comp. I really hate this comp. Because as much as it's so much damage, like the Zen Ashe, damage boosted Ashe, is a lot of damage. I don't like it because it is impossible for Fate to live. Like, I honestly just think Fate is just going to die. Like, this is like the tendency of the comp where you play aggressive and then you essentially just die eventually. And like, I don't know why they like to play it so much. It feels like whenever they have defensive advantage or like positional advantage, they like to play the Mercy style. But without an Ana, you don't have as much healing for your Winston, and you don't have the nanos for the Winston. So unless the Winston has Primal, you can't even play aggressive. Carpe isn't an S-tier Tracer. That is a controversial, like, topic. I can see where people come from when they say Rascal's not an S-tier Tracer. I probably would agree with Dante. I think Carpe is very, very good. Easily A-tier. He's probably on the cusp between S and A-tier, depending on the week. But yeah. Carpe has had S tier performances, but I think he also has some bad performances as well.
60 seconds remaining.
Could this be lag of them adjusting to Fearless to Fate? I think it's a compositional thing. I just don't think Fate is getting given the resources to play the Winston effectively. But my guess is they wanted, the whole reason that they played Winston Mercy Zen on first point is that they can play this comp on second point. So they can play the double shield Bap Zen on defense. That is what this looks like, right? This looks way too good to not make sense, right? Alright, Flux onto just DM. I don't... Oh. DM? You're supposed to land in the lamp. Okay. That is a big problem. Oh, that's an even worse problem. Oh, shit. Everything that could have gone wrong on this defense for them did go wrong. Yo, Toby actually just dunked on Fleta. He drops the pulse bomb and kills Fleta with it. Alright, now the Flux. They don't really have any follow-up, and that's what you're seeing right here, right? Oh, if DM comes back and instantly kills Carpe, though.
Round 2 complete.
Oh, Fate has his toesies on it. He's got his hoof. Look at his hoof is on it. Sag, dude. I actually think they turned that around. They probably hold that. Lee J Gun's about to get window. DM has Bob. Izyaki's probably going to get a Transcendence. Unlock.
2 to 2. Switching sides. Initiating match.
This game is some of the best plays. Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people said it was. I don't think this is the best play we've seen.
Ready for battle.
Like, I think there's a lot of mistakes happening, but I think the mistakes lead to these pretty cool events of, right? Like, now they have 2 minutes overtime, right? Like, it's hype and it's interesting. I don't think it's the best play. Like, we've seen Rascal getting picked a ton, making bad positional spaces. We've seen multiple C9s already. We've seen a Bob get thrown off the map. Like, there's a comedy of errors, but it sort of adds to the hype of it. The first two were kind of sad. Okay, so we'll see if it gets better. I've seen in Gibraltar, and people have said that. I haven't watched Gibraltar. Gibraltar I haven't seen at all, so I'm actually really hyped to go get onto that map. So we're gonna see, Anna Mercy. I don't like Anna Mercy Ashe here by the Dragons. Because the point that Dante was making with the Tracer is Mercy is very susceptible to death to a Winston Tracer. Because the Ana it's not always easy for the Ana to peel for your Mercy. That's why you generally want a Brig, right? So it is kind of them challenging Rascal and Mano to be like, hey, can you punish us for this? Oh, that sleep by onto Hopper is so insane. Fleta goes down though. Hopper, keep Hopper alive. Oh, now they're in trouble. Now they're in a lot of trouble. Yeah, like the Brig I think is just more consistent. I think if you're playing the Mercy, you're relying on your Ashe too much. You're like hoping your Ashe can get a ton of value, right? So your Mercy, you're damage boosting your Ashe. DM has 22% ult charge. He is not getting value out of that Ashe like they need to. Cruz, thank you for the Prime Gaming sub. So they are going to get the Nano first, though. Dragons are going to get the Nano. And Rascal is on the Tracer as well. That's worth noting. Hopper's got to be careful. He could be the first one to get isolated here. So Izyak has the Nano. Boom. I think they'll try and go early. But Alarm was also going to have the Nano. See who gets more value. I think that was a wishful jump. Yeah. Are they still gonna get Hopper? Alright, so they have the Valk, so it's fine. They are gonna get spaces. Wait, what happened to Mano's? Oh.
30 seconds.
Mono just didn't really do anything with it. I think he might have gone to counter their Nano, but I don't think Mono could go deep. And I think that was the right call by Mono. The only way he really dies, or like they can lose that point off of that fight, is if he goes too aggressive. Bob's good. That's a very good Bob. The sleep on the Mono! No. Oh, Mono. Oh, he got off! Oh, shit!
Motherfucker.
Oh, Izyaki's fucking pissed. Oh, wait, he didn't follow down the Yana? Alright. Just playing disruption? Oh, no. How do they not get that? Can somebody explain to me how they don't get that kill on the sleeping monkey? Void? Why? 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 You do the least damage out of all three of them. Void! No! DM was literally about to murder Mano. Oh no, that was such a throw by Void. That was such a throw. I don't know if they were gonna win regardless, but it would have at least been close. Did he just not realize? Maybe he didn't think he had Primal? But that's such a bad mistake to make. Monopod just spamming that Q button, dude. Alright, let's see what Dragons do. So they're gonna play the Mercy Zen Winston again. It's just so susceptible to, like, it's anything. Like, if they can just mitigate the value of the Ashe, yeah, like, Fusion aren't even gonna take the fight. Fusion are literally just like, fuck it, you wanna play that? Okay, we'll play double shield. They're just gonna go double shield, stand on the high ground. How does Fate contest? He can't get enough healing. He's not gonna get a nano. He's not gonna get enough healing. Oh my god. I don't know if I agree with the Rascal May in all this, though. Like, if you're gonna play double shield, at least play a hit scan. Like, I would put, like, Carpe on a Asher or a McCree and then put Rascal on the Tracer. Like, I don't really know what the point of the May is. Like, they can't even go high ground, right? Like, they TP to the high ground, but then they can't utilize it. So now Fate actually gets value. Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about this May at all. But okay. Go the Reaper guy? Yeah, Reaper guys. Honestly, anything with range would have been fine. Also, they're playing Bap Brit. Okay, here's the thing. I like the idea of what Fusion's doing with double shield. But why didn't they just go like Bap Zen? Just put Toby on Zen. Or put Toby on Bap. Like, the Brig May are like counterintuitive to the range and the double shield. The only reason I think are they just planning on forcing point? Just like standing on the point and making it impossible for them to walk at them? I don't really know. Yeah, like, Rascal has to go so aggressive to try and get that freeze. This feels like Philly throwing. This really feels like a Philly throw. Like, why their comp doesn't make sense. It's literally counterintuitive to each other. Maybe McCree, Carpe, McCree, yeah, Rascal, yeah, okay, Carpe goes to McCree. Like, honestly, even this is fine. Like, even this is better. Like, I still would prefer a Zen, but I don't hate the Brig. Like, they got Carpe, Rascal now. Okay, let's run it. They have somebody, but now they don't have positioning, right? And now all of a sudden Dragons has ultimates. Like, how do you, what a throw by Philly. What, this is actually such a throw. Their comp is so bad. Dragons just have too many ults now. I feel like it's going to be impossible. Fate's going to get the primal so he can play as aggressively as he wants. Mano dies. I'm actually mad. I'm actually really mad by this decision by Fusion. That, like, just walking out of spawn, you knew that was going to be bad. Flair just drops a pulse bomb in the root. Like, and then, like, imagine if they had this composition with the McCree May and they, and Bap Zen and they got onto this high ground. They would have been fine. They could just drop Hopper to the point. Hopper could play on the point and then they would just shoot down. There's literally nothing the Dragons could do. But instead, they that was such a throw. I'm mad. Get me out of here. Toby sucks at Zen. He doesn't even need to be good at Zen. If he can discord the Winston and then throw Zen orbs in their general direction, or put Toby on Bap and let Alarm play Zen, like anything. What does the Brig add when you were playing double shield? It's like he never got to bash the Winston because the Winston's not going to dive you anyway. But they can't do anything once they had the high ground positioning as double shield because they had no range. They had no damage. So they had the high ground with double shield, but because they have no damage, they end up walking to the low ground. They fight on the low ground, but then they're like, well, now they can just trade aggro onto the point and they have a damage boosted Ashe with a Zen just shooting at us, but we can't shoot back. They had Carpe on Tracer who can't dive anyone alone because he's the only dive hero. And then they have a Mei for some reason. Who's he trying to wall? Who's he trying to freeze? He can't do any of that. It doesn't... Yeah, that's such a weird mistake by Philly. Dragons are hitting huge dino... Yeah, because they can't... They have nothing to mitigate it. They don't have a diva to eat it. The Ashe can play however she wants because she has no pressure on her because they didn't have a long-range hit scan. The Ashe could literally stand in the wide open and be like, hey, look at me. Yo, catch. Throws a dynamite at them. And then Philly's like, hey, oh, shit. Oh, no, we're on fire. Like... Alright, let's get on to the next map. Enough of that. It'll get better.
2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Why are we seeing Mercy in APAC and not in NA? They prefer to play the Zen Mercy compositions with like a Wrecking Ball. They play those compositions a lot more, especially with an Echo. As far, like, that's sort of like where I see it. They play a little bit of Ana Mercy, but the problem is it kind of isolates your Ana, but I would, in general, I would say it's because they lean more towards playing the Ashe and the Echo compared to NA, which just loves to play McCree. Everyone just loves to play McCree in NA, like a flanking style of McCree, so... It's kind of like, they play the same comps, just a very different style when they play like the double bubble or like the dive. I feel like Zen Mercy is so bad. It can be good, it's just so greedy. Like, it's really good if you're gonna play, like, well, actually, even for Fusion, when they played the double shield, Zen Mercy is good if you want to play a double shield, because you're playing greedy damage and making it, if you can make it so that the Zen Mercy can't be dove by playing a double shield, then it can get value. But I hate Zen Mercy if you're playing like a dive. Because I feel like it's so easy for one of your supports to just get picked and die. Rascal's in a bad spot again. But they might have isolated Fate with that one. It's a good lamp by Izayaki. But Fate is still dead. Is Mono gonna trade back? Flat it! Punch Mono! Punch him! Oh, he had to reload. Oh, God. Is Mono gonna live? Please tell me Mono doesn't live to tell the tale. God damn it, Flatter, we talked about this. How is Mono alive? That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. That was poor focus fire by the Dragons. Mono lives, bitch. Why do you think when teams playing Winston Diva, most teams run Lucio and Moira? Most teams don't run Lucio and Moira. I guess if you're saying like the Diva style with Winston Diva, so when you go to the Winston Diva and you play the Lucio and Moira, you're no longer playing dive and you're playing rush. Okay? Rush is like, you're literally just inting in. You're just full sending with your Lucio and Moira. Everyone is running at it and a thing. That is not how Double Bubble is played. Double Bubble is kind of like a sort of a poke pseudo dive comp where you have like a backline and a front line, and then you're sort of like playing that different style. I don't think we've seen a ton of Lucio Moira from top teams. It comes up here and there, like we saw Dallas play it a little bit, but it's a very unique way of playing the game. Is Zen on the dive? No. Yes, you can play some Zen on the dive. Dragons like to play like the Zen. They like to play like the Zen Brig and stuff like that, but it's not very good with a Winston. Alright, double windows. Both kind of suck. Said you want to watch Lip here, right? Oh, okay. Ba-dum. Ba-dum. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Oh, that was a good flash. Oh, that's so much value. Oh, and he gets the beat so we can high noon. Oh, and he murders Toby. Oh, and he kills Alarm. And here comes my point, right? Of like, Shanghai, they play DM, and it just doesn't really work because it feels like they just feel like they have to put so many resources into DM, and he's good, but he's not, like, just play Lip. His hit scan's good. Just, you win games with Lip, just play Lip. I know it sucks for a player like DM, but just, Lip's really fucking good at the game. And he has versatility, he can play the Sombra, he can play other things. Like, I would prefer to just see them lean more heavily into Lip. Dallas plays it like strictly on Volsky first. Yeah, because they want to close the distance, right? And they can't play hit scan. So. Lip is more important to this team than Flutter. I can see where you're coming from that. I think Flutter fills a lot of roles while Lip is more on the impact heroes. Round 2. What is happening? Dude, Carpe is fucking pissed. Lip's not even playing the same game as Carpe at this point. Dude, Lip is just... Lip says... Oh, wow. He almost got murdered by Alarm going for that flank. That was actually so well played by Alarm. If Alarm didn't put in that much damage, then I think he's fucked. Lip is just still just... Lip's like a fucking monster just coming out from behind the closet. Just shoots everybody and then runs away. And then hides until the fight starts again. Oh, how does Izayaki die to Carpe? That was kind of bad by Izayaki. It was good shooting by the other team, but yeah. Greed. Legitimate greed. Who have you predicted to win the melee? My money... I kind of want to say Chengdu, honestly. I'm going to watch Chengdu. I'm not going to decide yet. It might be Chengdu. But otherwise, it'll be Dallas. Okay, I like the high noon play. Oh, somebody help him. Somebody help him. Alright, nice eat. That was very well played by Hopper. Oh, good save by Mano. Carpe gets Lee J gun. Lee J gun just trailing a little bit too much. Then Dallas out to the pole? No. I said a part of me wants to say Florida. I don't think Florida's actually going to win it. But I think there's an outside chance that Florida just come in and just monster. But I don't think they're likely to win. I will pick one by the end of the week. When we're done with the reviews and the matches are about to start, I will pick one. Don't worry. I got a few days to flip. Oh my god! Did you see where Fleta went? Badunk. Oh, Faye gets the shadow on Amano here. Oh, that was a good counter by Russell. And Carpe. Oh, Lip's a little rat. Dude. Lip's just playing like a rat. Just hiding everywhere. I don't think he's ever shot at somebody from the front. Liv is legit playing a different. He's literally not even in the same game. Oh shit, sorry. Oh. How much better do you think Philly can get? I think Philly can get a lot better. I think they miss Funny Astro. I think if they had Funny Astro right now, it'd be really good for the team. I don't really know what to expect between Hopper and Poker. I think Hoppo's been playing really well, but I think Funny Astro right now would be a big upgrade to Toby. Because I just rate Funny Astro so well. And I think it would be so much better for Fusion if they had, like, Rascal available to play. Like, if they had Rascal and EQO in the back. Like, I don't think EQO would play right now, but I think it'd be so good if they were able to play, like, Shockwave Carpe right now, and I think the team would be really good. So, you know, they're still moving up. I actually really like the ult usage by Fusion. Nice play. That was so greedy by Izzyaki. Izyaki's had a bunch of these plays so far, where he's trying to turn things that aren't really necessary to turn. Why did Toby beat? Sorry, I want to go back and look at this fight again. So, Shanghai Dragons High Noons. There's some D.Va on D.Va action. Olije Gon beats. I think the beat is to make sure Hopper doesn't die. I don't hate the beat. I think it pretty much consolidates this fight, especially if Lee J-Gon's gonna beat. Oh, that was a good dink by Rascal. Carpe gets hit by the fire strike, but pretty much nothing. Nothing too crazy.
30 seconds remaining.
Would Shockwave get playtime? Absolutely, Shockwave would get playtime. I think probably what is likely to happen is that Shockwave will become the primary hit scan player when he gets into the lineup, and Carpe will play more of the Tracer style. I would say Carpe will play like a striker role, if you know what I mean. But I think if they ever wanted to play like an Ashe Widow, I think Shockwave will play. At least that's how I believe it's going to work. We'll see. Oh, how does Lip die? Oh, he just gets... Oh, he got dinked by an icicle. I feel like Rascal does this so often. He gets so many dinks. Like, he did the same thing to Izzyaki last fight. Like, Rascal's May just... I don't know how he always does it, but he just gets so... Oh, that's such a good May ult. Such a good May ult. Well, that was very scary. Rascal is playing with fire. Rascal is literally asking to get booped. Where's Lee J gone? Yeah, he just never found the window. Good play by Fusion. Aren't divas expect to eat those fire strikes? Yeah, I don't know what Hopper was doing. What Void was doing during those eats. But yeah, there was... When they were crossing that distance, you would want to have Matrix. So I don't know why the Matrix wasn't really there. Maybe he was already out of it. He had some nasty shots on the defense. All right, let's have a look.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
I think with Rascal's Tracer being as good as it's been, I don't think Shockwave play. I disagree with that. I don't think Rascal will play. Once Shockwave is eligible to play, I don't see Rascal playing. Obviously, like, maybe every now and then to like stall and stuff like that, but once they have a more solidified DPS roster, I don't think Rascal will ever play Tracer in a map where they're expecting to play Tracer. It'll either be Carpe or somebody else.
Pass into the ass.
Mayhem will win. Fate won't be able to stop Og, and then BQB can handle Jinmu and the person that says Lip Yaki is there.
For the person that says Lip Yaki is there? I disagree. I think Florida do have an outside chance if BQB and Yaki just go sicko mode and OG's having a good day. But even then, like, I think... I don't know if they can beat... Like, I don't know if Florida can beat Dallas. Maybe Florida can beat the way that... Like, you can make an argument that maybe they can beat maybe like BQB can shut down the Jinmu Pharah, but it's like Leave is really fucking good. Can Jimmy match up with BQB? Like, I don't know if it's just a sure thing. As I said, I think every team has a chance to win. I really do. I think any team can win the Mei Melee. But it doesn't seem likely in my opinion. Wow. Good cap by Philly. They made that look easy. Rascal Shockwave, yeah. I think in a place where they want to play like Mei McCree, if Shockwave is going to be the McCree player, I could see that happening. Aren't Slime and OG used to aggressive playstyles? Yeah. So. Lip gets Carpe. From the high ground. At least Yaki will be warmed off Uncle Egg. If anything, I think playing against Uncle Egg is going to make him a worse player. Let's be honest. He's gonna think that people don't know how to move on Pharah. Uncle Egg's gonna beat him? Oh, no, absolutely not. Anyone who thinks that Uncle Egg actually beat Yaki in that previous one as well, didn't pay attention. First of all, Uncle Egg didn't beat him. He had to make it to 5 before Yaki made it to 20. And Yaki took a dive. Man, Yaki took an enormous dive. I think 2 or 3 of Yaki's deaths were dives. Copium. Rascal dies. That's a bad late death by Rascal. Why do you suspect Shockwave plays Flickscan over Carpe as opposed to Shockwave taking the flanker role? Doesn't he have a good Sombra? Like, here's my thing. I think Carpe's been on good form on hitscan, so there is arguments whether Carpe will play the hitscan once Shockwave comes into the roster. But Shockwave was so good on Widow when he played for the Titans. Like, taking it to the best. It's not even like he was, like, performing well for Titans. Like, he was so good. But I just don't think Shockwave's Tracer is that good, and they need a Tracer. So I assume Carpe is going to be the person to pick up that role primarily. Like, maybe they'll still play Carpe on the McCree in these certain situations, and Carpe will play, like, the Widow or something. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. It'll come down to once they actually start playing. You just wait on, yeah, and that's it. Like, we all know Carpe can play Widow and they hit scan really well. But I think Carpe's biggest weakness and why he is always, I think, struggled, like, we know he is so good at hit scan. But he's always been spread so thin. He has to play the Tracer. He has to play all the hit scans. He has to play all these things. He's even had to play some flex DPS. He's always been spread so thin that it doesn't feel like he can play. Oh my god. It doesn't feel like he can have these enormous S-tier shatter, like, performances on so many different heroes. Like Prophet. Kind of like Prophet. Like, Prophet is sometimes really inconsistent with heroes because he has to play everything. And it's just so hard to do. So I think Shockwave is going to come in to fill some of those gaps, and that's sort of what I mean, is I think Shockwave will come in to play the hit scan from time to time instead of Carpe. Like Hisu. Oh! That's a good mail. I think Hisu's played really well this season. On the hit scan, and he even said in the interview that we had with him, he hasn't been required. Like, we looked at Hisu's playtime last season. He had like 50% of his time last season for Hisu on Philly was Sombra. He played very little amount of hit scan. I just don't think he was getting scrim time. He wasn't practicing it. He was playing other things, and for that reason, we were like, is Hisu's hit scan very good? But he just never played it over Carpe. So it's like, now he was at the very end, he got spread a little too thin. It's like, hey, now you have to play hit scan, and he just didn't. He wasn't warmed up on it, and now he's playing against players who have been playing hit scan for the last entire season. And that's the same thing for Carpe. Carpe got thrown onto the Tracer, and he just hadn't really played a whole lot of Tracer. Like, he just didn't look as good at Tracer as some of these other players. So can't believe people thought Hisu wasn't going to do well. Well, it's just a track record thing. In 2020, Hisu did not play well on hitscan. He didn't. If you think Hisu was good on hitscan, I dare you to go back and watch Philadelphia Fusion versus the Final Four. In the Final Four of 2020 season, go back and watch that. Hisu was not good on the hit scan. And so that's why a lot of us were like, is Hisu going to be able to play the hit scan for Toronto? The answer is yes. He proved a lot of us wrong, but I think using the sample size that we had, I think it was a completely real criticism to have. Hisu carried fights on hit scan. What do you mean? Especially in Final Four. Go back and watch that Final Four. Yes, he carried some fights as hit scan, but that is your job as a hit scan. You need to carry fights. You are the primary DPS. You need to do it. You need to do it a lot. And Hisu didn't. He underperformed in the grand scheme of the top 4 hit scans. At no point was I like, holy shit, Hisu is just owning. And he is just dominating this game. In that Final Four. Is Shanghai really going to hold here? Fusion just can't seem to get control. If I remember correctly, Hisu was the worst stats on Widow. Yeah, but I think when I was talking about the hit scans, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Ashe was more important than Widow in the Final Four. Am I right about that? Yeah, and that's it. Like, you need to remember, when we're talking Hisu was bad in the Final Four, he was going up against the best hit scans in the world. So it's like, we're not saying he's like, shouldn't be in the league and stuff like that. Except on Havana, yeah. It was Widow Hanzo. I don't think it was. I thought it was Ashe. What was the finals met? Alright, fuck it. We're actually gonna... To prove this point, this is a slow VOD review, but to prove this point, I'm gonna go back here. Finals, Philadelphia Fusion, Final Four. Winners semifinals 6 months ago. Philly versus Shanghai Dragons. Here we go. He's just playing Ashe on Busan. Why is this taking so long? Yeah, Hisu played a little bit of Widow on... So they played double Sniper on King's Row. Oh, there is some Ashe. Shanghai's playing Ashe. But they go to Widow. And then... Oh, it was Widow on the thing. So it kind of... Like, oh, but Shanghai's playing some Ashe. I think it was a little bit back and forth. But it was like Ashe Widow. But I remember Hisu not playing very well. I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering it. But I'm pretty sure that was like a storyline for me, for Philly. Of like, Hisu just wasn't living up to the requirements for the finals. It's actually the slowest VOD review ever. Hey, as I said, this is how I do the reviews. I'm sorry if you don't like it. Oh, that was so unfortunate. Oh no, that's so unfortunate. What is this link?
It's high noon.
I don't think that link is a very like. That link doesn't answer a whole lot. It's like Arns was worse. It's like, yeah, but Arns was also insane for most of the season just because he was bad in the Final Four. Doesn't matter. Like, how did this happen? One sec. How did we get here? So Fate died. Wait, where the fuck are we? Sorry, I'm getting. So Fate. Oh, so Fate's back. They high noon. They're in position. All right, here we go.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, there goes the shadow. Oh, the beat was just so late from Lee Jae-gon. I think he only just got it. And then just Philly just run over them. Carpe behind them. Just Carpe things, dude. The flanking McCree has been such a prominent thing in these metas. Watch Carpe that last 20 seconds. Let me go back. Real quick.
Ready for battle.
Ooh. I think they heard his footsteps as well. Oh, that's a good flashbang. He still dies, but he got pretty... He didn't get great value. I think he might have got a little too close, but they're still in a good spot. Did Lee Jae-gon just get that beat? I assume he just got that beat. Yeah, he gets the beat and pops it. Alright, there we go. Boom. Alright, so what is it now? It's 2, is that 2-0 to Philly? At this point? 1-1 to Philly? 1-1? Because Volsky is a draw. Philly wins Ike. 1-1? Dragons won Nepal. Okay, sweet.
Ready for battle.
Alright, here we go. There's a quick map, it looks like. Keeping track of scores is hard, yeah. Especially when I've been doing so long. I've been doing it again. I keep going on tangents. I'm sorry. I'll try and remain more focused on the games.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Let me sum up that conversation though. The history discussion is interesting. I think there's points for both and for and against. I didn't rate Hisu coming into this because as much as you guys say like, hey, look at these stats, it's like Arn's being shit and not playing well in the finals doesn't discredit, doesn't make Hisu better. If anything, it just says Arn's had a bad finals. But Hisu also was not very good. If you watch the matches, I think the eye test is better than those statistics at certain times. You can't use stats as like a primary thing. His damage is high. Oh, that's fine. Maybe he was just shooting at tanks. You don't need to overthink it. But yeah, Hisu's playing really well this season. Doesn't matter anymore. Okay? He's proven everyone who doubted him, he's proven them wrong. So that's what matters. So alright, so the wall goes down on Fate. This wall, if this wall like cut off the rest of Philly, it would have been so good. It's interesting that nobody died. I've never seen a spawn camp like this where like nobody died in the initial brawl. Sickly, thank you for the 46 months, man. Much love. And yeah, and then they just like let Hotba bleed out. That seemed weird. Oh, that's so sad for Fate. He hit the pin, but that boop was sick by Toby. And then they're gonna keep Mono alive. Damn. Spend an hour talking about nuts. Yeah, if you guys don't like the way I do the VOD reviews, like, I'm sorry, this is just the way I do VOD reviews. I like talking about things. If you want me to just, like, if you just want to watch the game, and you want to see, like, a perfectly civil VOD review, there's, like, a ton of people that do that. I like talking about other things, and I like having discussions. That's what I think is fun about VOD reviews, even if it is not perfectly about what is happening in the game at that moment. I'm not going to break down every individual play. So, I'm sorry, but it's just the way I'm going to do them. Oh, that's a good kill by Rascal. Dude, Rascal just seems to always get these fucking random picks. Just out of nowhere, he's just dinking dudes. Oh, that was like as the window went down. I like these chill reviews, yeah. That's it. Hey, that's just how I do reviews. Like, I've had a lot of people that complain that, like, you're talking about random shit while the game, you're not watching this one sick play that happened this one time. It's like, that's not what I think is fun. And that's not what I think. I think discussion is more entertaining than always just, like, hard breaking down a VOD. Oh, God. Void is so wide. Rascal wants to throw this mail so bad that he's just hard focusing Void. Wishful shatter by Mano on that one, I think. Alright, Izayaki gets Carpe. That's probably the beginning of the end, right? See if anyone wastes any ults. As I say that, Rascal throws down a May ult. Is that gonna work? There's no way that works, right? Oh, they get the... Oh my god. No way. Dude, Fusion just like doubled down on that fight and got away with it. Well, props to them. They're gonna have to back off anyway because they lost their May. But at least they won the fight. Like, they didn't lose too much space. Wasted, yeah. Rascal would like to have a word, but hey, like, all the power to them, but at the end of the day, it still cost them 2 ults, and they still lost the fight. As much as they probably gained 10 to 15 seconds, they're gonna have to disengage from this because they lost Carpe, they lost Rascal, they need to get positioning back, so now the Dragons have the Diva Bomb, right? So that's the advantage that the Dragons get from pseudo losing the fight. Alright, window. Everyone's eating everything. Everyone's just standing there menacing. Oh, Void. How does that happen? Oh, he like wide peeked that and took so much damage. What was that shadow as well? That was ambitious. Alright, they get Hopper Mech. Oh, Rascal gets another one. Dude, Rascal just murders people. How? Oh, nice shot. Oh, nice shatter by Mano. Had the potential to turn this fight. It's not enough, though. Alright, Dragons keep pushing. That did cost them a lot. Lee Jae Gun beats at the very end. I think it's in result to that shadow, right? Yeah, so they go down. I think the beat is necessary, but yeah, that feels real bad. I think they wish they had that. Yeah, thank you very much, William K. It's been such a fun year on the desk. I think we've done a really good job of, like, changing the direction to be a more fun thing with us. So I'm glad you enjoy it. Safety beat? Yeah. Alright, so here's my problem. I feel like the Dragons, they have no ults, yet they don't do anything to stop the Fusion from getting back. Like, they lose this fight if they end up in a 6v6 fight. I would have preferred to have seen them, like, hold the corner or something like that. By letting them out, they're kind of... What? By letting them out, they're kind of giving Fusion the window to just get value out of their ultimates. Oh, yeah, that was not a great high noon by Carpe. But hey, we'll move on. We'll move on. Alright, time to beat. Yeah, look at how valuable this beat is because they end up in this equal brawl, right? Oh, Rascal, please don't die. God, Rascal, so... He's gonna get ult. That Void was so close to eating that. That's a very good window. An Alarm with the world's greediest window in the world. But I actually kind of love it. He's in such a good spot. Yeah, all the power to him. Saving that one for ranked. All I'll say is, only do that if you have the same level of aim as Alarm. Because if you miss, you look like an idiot. And trust me, I know I've done it. It's Alarm? Yeah, exactly right.
Ready for battle.
It's been a surprising lack of Blizzard eats. I think it's... Both teams have been very good at, like, not just throwing them into the Divas. That one was greedy. I think that was a gamble one. I know a lot of players like to either freeze the Diva or demech the Diva before dropping it. Because Divas are just so good at eating it these days. Both walls kind of average. Dude, Rascal is just so greedy. Look how much health he has. No wonder he dies first. But he creates so much space. In his defense, he puts takes so much pressure off of Mano with just how greedy he plays the game. Obviously, it punished him from time to time, but yeah. That's a good wall. Oh, Rascal's dead. Oh, he got the block off it. Oh, Mono hits the dirty pin. Oh, and once his Yaki's down, it's over, right? Even if they win the fight, the forward hold is over, so they've essentially won the fight. Oh god, Carpe's actually just killing everyone. I'm back from my meeting. Welcome back. How you doing, man? Why do you look so uncomfortable when you're on the desk? Do I look uncomfortable on the desk? In my defense, if I do look uncomfortable, you try standing in your living room in front of a green screen and then acting as if you're standing in a room. It's like, it's a very weird dynamic. Like, I don't even know how to stand. Like, how do you stand? People try to overturn to face people. It's so hard to know what the dynamic, because like, we obviously can't see who we're looking at. So, and it was way better in the grand finals because we actually did a ton of testing to like make sure we were on things. So, ask Zoe to train you. Well, you gotta remember, Zoe has it way easier because all she has to do is turn one direction, right? She can just turn her body in her general direction and she's like, she can flow. While I have to do like these crazy 180, like 90-degree turns almost. So I'm trying to like, it's definitely something that I've like been trying to adjust. Like watching back and trying to adjust, but yeah. Set up thing. I have tape markers on my desk, on my things of where I think I should be looking. You're fine with it. As I said, I don't really care. Like, it's obviously going to be a little uncomfortable. The desk is like a weird 3D virtual space in which we're trying to make it work. So it's never going to be great. But if I can ever do adjustments to make it better, then I'm always going to try and do that, right? Go on, Rome. Thank you for the 6 months. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, well, thank you very much. Oh, good pin. That's the ball game. The high fives are terrible. Yeah, but they're supposed to be terrible. And that's the fun part of it. Because it's so hard to sync up. Because we have a second delay from what we see, what we do and what we see on the broadcast as well. So when you're trying to sync things up, both of you are trying to move and just ruin it even more. So Philly get a pretty easy win on Havana with the brawl. This match was crisp, yeah. So these next two maps are supposed to be fucking wild. So honestly, the maps haven't been that good. Everyone hyped this match up as if it was super sick, but I haven't really seen that so far. I haven't seen these crazy moments yet. So I'm waiting on it. Like Ike was kind of interesting. It was kind of chaotic, but Volskaya was kind of a shit show. This is where it gets interesting. Okay, so we're gonna start seeing both. We're gonna see Fusion come out with the double bubble, and we get to see the Echo, which is sort of the major difference we see. In NA, we'll almost always see McCree, right? People generally play the McCree, maybe sometimes some Ashe with the double bubble. And then Dragon's gonna play the Wrecking Ball style with the Ashe and the Echo, which is to be expected. But they're gonna play Mercy, which is kind of just like a fuck you to Rascal. If anything, I'd rather see Rascal switch to like a Sombra, maybe. Because he's not going to be able to match up against this. He's playing against a hit scan and an Echo with Mercy on it. So yeah, we'll see how this works. I don't want to watch well. Can we skip well? Oh no, what happened on well? Alright, let's get some Rascal Pop. Let's see how he's gonna do things on Echo. Oh no. That was greedy. That was a really good peel by Shanghai to keep his Yaki alive. That was a great peel. I honestly think Fusion need to find a way. That Fusion need to force Dragon to come out, but I guess they have Mercy Ashe. Interesting. You can't really just wait because they have Echo Ashe. If you just play slow, they're just going to pick you down. So I think Fusion maybe they need to go higher tempo, but they need to play together. Like Rascal just got isolated so hard there. That's the only thing. So is looking at you guys, and you guys are looking straight ahead. Yeah, but it's just, as you said, it's just awkward to turn and stuff like that. So, I appreciate the feedback, but yeah, as I said, we generally try. Oh, that was almost close by Carpe. See, Gangnam Jin is the new highest rated. Does not surprise me. Gangnam Jin's so good. Dude, his tracking so good. Clean dive. Get the res onto Izayaki. I almost feel like this comp by Dragons is maybe a little too defensive. I'm curious to see how this is going to keep working. Because Lip really needs to get high value on this Ashe then. So here's the Nano Winston that's always going to get value. Oh yeah, Izayaki was so aggressive. Forced to use the trance. So they got the sleep on the Diva. The Bob is going to be good. Alright, so how does Rascal live here? Rascal's just in Frowning Town. Like, it's so hard for him to get healing in comparison, and he just has so many things shooting him down. The Bob was good by DM. By Lip, sorry. Alright. That's a late rally by Toby. But if he can keep Hopper alive, this is definitely worth it. Mono with a great primal on the Lip. Wow, good hold by Philly. That was a lot of ults by Dragons as well. What was that? That was Trance, Mines, thing. Lip switching to McCree, I do not like. Oh, okay, they're doing a hard switch. They're going to double bubble. Yeah, and it kind of, maybe... Please switch off Zen. I feel like it's just, they have to play so defensively around their, like, Zen, Mercy, Ashe, that sometimes it can be really hard. As soon as they step forward, the double bubble can just get so much value with, like, Nano Winston and stuff. Why the Ashe here instead of the McCree is because you were playing with a Mercy. I think the Ashe just gets a lot more value. You can get more value from range. How do they keep Izayaki alive here is my question. They don't have a primal or a nano, which is an issue. Oh, the answer is they don't. If you're Izayaki, you die. I really dislike this, and I actually think this is a root of the root of a lot of Shanghai's problems is that they just don't like to play the double bubble. They really lean heavily on this like Zen. This Zen style of playing the game. Yeah, and there it goes. It's a stupid comp. The Zen just doesn't enable the Winston, and nothing enables the Zen. It forces their whole team to play more defensive around the Zen, which then makes their dive significantly worse. And that's why I think a lot of people watch Dragons and be like, Fate is the problem. I don't even think Fate is the problem. I think the way that they're playing around Fate is the problem. And we're going to see them play the double bubble here. Oh, well, at least like the Winston Anna. And I actually don't mind the Diva here instead of the Xayah. And we've actually seen a lot of tendency of people moving in that direction, especially against these Ashes, against these Echoes.
5, 4, 3, 2.
That being said, Stan Izayaki for playing Zen despite the Brain Power saying not to, yeah. Alright, so they're gonna play the Winston Anna here. So hallelujah. Yeah, Zen is fine in the ball comps, and I completely agree with that because the Winston is more self-sustainable and you can put more resources into protecting your Zen. But it doesn't work with the Winston because the Winston just dies. Wow, Rascal gets murdered again. How does this happen? Just absolutely deleted. That's the answer to that. We hype up Rascal's Echo. See, here's the thing about Rascal's Echo, is I think Rascal's Echo is still very good. I think it's still good, but I think Rascal's Echo was considered one of the best back when Echo was new, and I think he was one of the best when Echo first started, but I think a lot of people have improved at Echo to the point that I think there are much better Echoes than Rascal now. Oh wow, I thought he couldn't see his head for a second there. Let's see this sleep from, let's start getting into the Izayaki zone. Plump. Who do you have over Rascal? Yeah, I think Fled is a good shout. We don't actually see it too much from too many other people, because it hasn't been played that much. So I don't have a ton off the top of my head, but I feel like there have been some very good echoes as of late. Leaves pretty nasty. Dante is very good. I don't know if it's better than Rascals though. Yaki has been very good as well. So they nano Fleta. Oh, that was close as well. Alright, he gets isolated eventually. And Izyaki's doing a good job seeing as he has a Mercy with him, right? So Mercy is not always the best pocket. Alright, Dragons get this. I don't know if I agree with that copy from Fleta. Is there a reason that he needs to copy here? I don't think so. He's going though. He's trying to get value. The fact that Izayaki is a great Ana is the weirdest part. Yeah, it's not even like it's a limitation. Like, it actually seems like it's an active decision by Shanghai to not play the Ana. Like, they don't think it's good. Not like his Ana isn't that good compared to his Zen. Like, his Ana's so good. Always has been. Oh, look at that respect from Carpe. Carpe just blinks into Izayaki and is like, no, no, no. Alright. He's got the sleep now. Oh, that he wishes he had that one back. Yeah, Izayaki's dead. And that's why Mercy is considered not as good as Brig. Brig has a lot of... Brig is like the middle ground between Mercy and Lucio, right? Like, Lucio has a lot of displacement and he can boot people around that keeps you protection, right? But Mercy has a lot of direct healing but can't help you, really, right? Like, something's on top of you, all they can do is try and heal you through it. Brig is really good in the fact that Brig has a ton of individual focused healing while also having that bash, having that boop. And that's what keeps the Ana alive so much, and that's why you see so many teams tend towards the Ana Brig. Also, Rally's just a really fucking good ultimate into dive, so. Wow, as if they got that res. Rascal almost cancelled that with his primal. Lee J gun Mercy one trick? That is definitely not true. Alright, Lee J gun goes over to the Brig, which I actually like. It's kind of interesting that they don't play the Tracer, but I guess that's sort of the issue of Lip can't play Echo or the Tracer, so. I've seen a lot of people saying, today saying a lot of people saying Mayhem did not deserve to go to the main melee. What is your opinion? My opinion is, fucking, they made it. They beat the two teams that they needed to beat. You can't say much else about that. It is what it is. It's probably just like salty Houston fans that are just disappointed they got dunked on. Same with Shock fans, right? Like, they qualified. There's literally, it wasn't even like it was a weird, like, situation. They qualified. You can't give them any more. They played really well yesterday. They deserve to be there. Like... It wasn't like someone got to like choose or decide who got there. Like, if you qualify fair and square, you qualify fair and square. Like, obviously, like, the brackets are skewed in one way, but it's just the way the cookie crumbles. Rascal's kind of dunking on this Fleta play right now. Obviously, he's got the Winston, but Shanghai did a great job of controlling that, though. How are the brackets decided? Through seeding. Alright, Rascal dies late. That's a really bad late death. Like, I don't know why Rascal came back. I think APAC is definitely weaker than NA this year. There are stronger teams. The top 6 of NA, I think, are all somewhat around where the top 3, 4 of APAC is. Just trying to get a good overview of what's going on. Alright, so we get the copy from Rascal. The insta-sleep by Izayaki on that. Rascal just got dunked.
Winston.
Alright, here's another monkey. Sleep him again, Izayaki. And then he gets primaled. Dude, poor Izayaki. Give Anna 2 sleep charges. It's just too many ults by Fusion. It's so oppressive with the double, the copy and the double and the primal. They didn't even use the nano. They just have so many ultimates, Fusion did. Hey, buddy. It was really smart by Fusion to not use the nano, not use the Diva Bomb. They got so much value out of that. Okay. Fate will be able to make it to the point, which is good. Oh! He got woken up again, dude. Alarms. So mad. Is Fate gonna get value out of this? Wow, he's not. And Izayaki goes down on the other end. Shit. Alright, 4v4. The problem with the Fusion is it doesn't feel like they have anyone who can really go too aggressive right now, like, because they don't have that Winston or the Echo. But Dragons just don't have enough healing right now. Is that going to end up in the pit? Sag. That was really unfortunate. He did not want to throw it there. Oh, Hopper chasing down the Diva is good. Oh, Hopper just entered. Mono gets Lee J gone for going a little too aggressive. Fleta gets Toby though. Oh, I don't know who's winning this. Who the fuck is winning this fight? Rascal's back. Oh, that's a good stick on Amano. Wow. Is Philly really gonna lose this? Wow, I really thought they had it when Fate kind of botched the primal. But I don't know what something must have happened with Alarm's Nano and Amano. Yeah, like literally the series ends. Like Philly goes. That's kind of crazy. Like that was such a chaotic team fight that Fusion could have won.
1-1.
That was some big plays by a couple of people. Like I think Alarm and Izayaki are both playing out of their mind. Shiggy, thank you for the 2 months. By the way, the reason that Void's bomb goes into the well is because they demeched him right as he pressed Q. Yeah, well, he was in his boosters as well, so yeah, he's like, it just falls short there, right? So, because he gets demeched at the same time. It's just a very big Sag right there. What is the score right now? Fusion is up 2-1. Oh god, Shanghai's gonna play this Winston Zen. Fusion's gonna play the Wrecking... Oh, okay, yeah, okay, we're good. I was like, wait, what? Please don't play Winston Zen. So we're gonna see the Wrecking Ball comps. Fusion's gonna play a hit scan with a Mercy. I don't really like it. I would much prefer to see the Brig. If you're expecting... The only reason... Yeah, I feel like you have to expect they're gonna play Brawl. Why would you not play the Brig? Like, why would... You gotta expect the Fate's gonna play the... They're gonna play the Zen Wrecking Ball. I don't agree with the Ashe Mercy. I feel like... I much prefer the Dragon's composition. Without a Brig, it is a lot harder to deal with the ball. Like, I think Fate's gonna get a lot of work done here. Because they have a Mercy. I think Izyaki's a top 5 flex spot. He definitely put on a performance like that. Like, look at how defensive. That the Fusion are just relying on Carpe to hit shots, and like Dragons don't even need to do anything. They're just chilling, and then they go time. Get on a Alarm. That's a great dive, but like Mercy just can't protect him through that. That's when you want a Brig, right? He's not gonna be able to get the res. Not a chance he gets the res. Yeah, I really don't like the Mercy Ashe pick by the Fusion here. Alright, there we go. Brig. Brig for Toby. They're going to the double bubble change, actually, which is interesting. If Toby was Nishi, would have gone for the res and made it out alive. Would have lived to tell the tale. Alright. Good dink. They need. Here's the problem with the fusion, right? Is they just switched to Winston Nana, so they don't have the resources to be able to dive Izayaki. Plus, Izayaki now has Transcendence, so he actually has an insurance card. So fusion can't really play aggressive, and they're just going against so much damage. Plus, Lip is probably going to get an EMP at some point. Oh, the Trance is worried about the Pulse Bomb. So Void loses mech, but it's sort of you see there, right? It's like an insurance. Oh, that's a good hack by Lip. It's like an insurance card of Izayaki now just... So now he's susceptible to death. Alarm's going to have the nano for this next fight. So Mano should be able to get nanoed into the backline. Carpe needs to be careful. He's overstepping his bounds a little bit here, I think. Alright, there he goes. He runs back. Oh, God. They flipped the point, which is interesting. Finally go Brig, yeah, when they switch to the double bubble. Oh, Rascal goes down. Just gets caught by the EMP. How many people did Lip EMP? Is he a changed man? 2. It's better than none. Can't argue with that. It gets Rascal killed as well, so that's all you need. And it forces the nano onto Mano, but he can't dive with it. So, honestly, that was a pretty good EMP. Yeah, Mano dies trying to get the aggressive start. If Philly didn't flip the point earlier, then they were in. This would have been so bad. This literally would have just been curtains already. Good target. So yeah, the EMP was actually really well thought out, and it was actually just a really good EMP. It was a solo hack on Mano? Oh really? So he solo hacked him and then EMP'd Rascal? As I said, it doesn't even really matter too much, right? Like, so Izayaki has this Transcendence again. So how does Mano do anything? So they're gonna rally Primal. But I want to see what Mano does with this Primal. I think this is a really hard Primal, especially seeing he's probably just gonna get hacked. Lip almost has another EMP as well. Like, Mano's gonna have to Primal. It's gonna cost him so much. Wow. Izayaki greeted that so hard, and I love it. Alarm's gonna get another nano, though. What is Izayaki doing there? Alright. Alright. Let's go, Lip. Close it out. Close it out, baby. Here we go. You can see him forcing it. He's just forcing it. He doesn't need to do that. Like, he has a Tracer on the ropes. He literally has, like, Rascal is dead to rights. He has the pack hacked. Rascal is literally dead if he just keeps shooting at him. But Lip's like, I have EMP. I need to EMP somebody. Literally lets Rascal run away. Does Rascal has recall, but he could have at least forced the recall. And then he just, like, walks to point, and then he just, like, doesn't care about anybody. He just stands in the middle of a point and then hopes everyone's there and then EMPs. And then he only really hits... Actually, he hits Hopper. But it doesn't show it on the thing. I thought he only hit Rascal. So he hits Rascal, but he hits Hopper as well, but it doesn't show up on the screen. That's an interesting visual bug. So that's actually a better EMP than I thought it was. The classic Lip two-man EMP, yeah. Two-man EMP Lip, they call him, you know? And Shanghai Dragons wins. I just think that was a bad composition decision by Philly again. Philly, that's the second time Philly in the final moments has botched a map. Like, obviously Shanghai played well. Like, I think the Tracer Sombra comp is really good for them there. But I think coming out on Ash Mercy was such a throw by the Fusion. 2 is better than none. That is true. That is true. So it's weird decisions. It's just the Fusion curse, but it's not even, you can't even call it a curse. Like, that's an active decision. Like, I could imagine if, like, a couple of things go wrong. You know, sometimes shit just goes wrong and that you just have to deal with it. Like, this is just, like, composition. Like, they have time to think about these kind of things and they make the wrong choice. Alright, people told me to watch Carpe. Should I just watch Carpe for this map? Or does everybody pop off? For the most part, yes. Alright, Mano gets murdered. How does Mano die? Mano, why are you here? Why did they think that... Why did you think that jumping to their spawn was going to work? I'm so confused why they thought that was a good idea. Carpe Izayaki. Alright, let... Why Widow and not Ashe? Widow's really good on this map. Because you can... Because it's really long sightlines, Widow's very valuable in this map. Alright. Feels like Philly just kind of gave up this first point for free. I also don't know if I agree with the Xayah. As much as I do like Double Bubble a lot, I feel like they've been playing a lot of Diva as of late. And I think this is a better Diva map just because of the amount of high ground that you can control. So I don't know if I do like the Xayah from Philly either. Carpe's gonna go to the Sombra. Oh wow, he almost got that. He's gonna give up on the Widow duel and go to Sombra. So now they have Rascal on Tracer and Carpe on Sombra. I don't know if I like that. Oh. Such a good sleep. Huey! Alright. Let's go, Izzy. What? I have multiple things wrong with this. First of all, you literally see it hit the... It like... But that was just... So he just guessed? That timing was so lucky. Izayaki's either a genius or the luckiest man in the world.
Nano boost almost ready.
Rascal is literally in hell, yeah. Or both? Yeah, probably. It's the answer is definitely both.
You're powered up. Get in there.
It's a good nano engage.
You're going to be okay.
That was a good primal by Fate. Oh god. Oh god, Hopper, no. Alright. Izayaki does not miss. Is apparently the trend we're starting to see here.
Hello.
No!
You look tired.
He's literally taunting him. He's taunting him. You can't do that, Izzy. You can't do that. He's literally just fucking with him. Oh, dude, Rascal is pissed. Rascal is... Oh, no. Is no one going to be able to help him? Oh, Izzy. Now Izzy's pissed. Alright, get him, Izzy. Who wins? They got the cap. Oh, he's not even trying to kill him. He's not even trying to kill him. And Rascal dies for it as well. That... I've never seen such disrespect. I've never seen such disrespect. I'm pissed for everybody involved. Rascal boomed. The Rascal Tracer is in Struggle Town. Rascal retire now. There's no coming back from this. I will never financially recover from this, is what Rascal is saying.
Wobble wobble, motherfucker.
No! I knew he was gonna do it too. I knew he was gonna nano the brig. That was so... Izyaki's just feeling himself. Izyaki thinks he can win anything. He thinks he's Superman. You could see it. You could see he was thinking about it. He's like, should I nano the brig? He's like, nah, we should... maybe I should nano the... yeah, let's nano the brig. Surprised no one would rage quit an Overwatch League match? No. Yeah, like literally, if you rage quit an Overwatch League match, you will literally get fined. Like you can't just rage quit an Overwatch League match. Oh, there we go. Alright, they're doing alright. Oh, Lip gets the better of Carpe here. Oh, here comes the nano. Rascal is so scared of Izyaki. Oh! That was a great grab by Hopper, though. And this is why I like, this is the counterpoint to obviously the D.Va has great peel and great high ground management. The grab is so impactful in this meta. Like, it literally just wins you team fights. Multi-kills, thank you for the fresh sub. Welcome to the fam. Wouldn't you be? Yeah. That is true. I would be scared. Was Defran jumping off the map? Yeah, that's kind of it. The grabs are saving Philly, yeah. And the grabs are just so good. How difficult of brig is it to break pulse bomb? It's actually not that difficult to catch the pulse bomb as a brig. The biggest problem with pulse bombs on brig shields is if it hits like the outside, it'll still kill you. Like if it lands directly in the middle, you can keep your shield up and it won't blow you up. Like it's very inconsistent if you leave it on your shield. That's why you generally see most people drop the shield and then do it. But then it can hit like under your shield. It's really rare. Like, the brig shield is very inconsistent against pulse bombs, which kind of sucks. You don't know Walt Anthony? Yo! Anthony with the 53 bits. 53 months. Tracer? I hardly know her. Oh, God. Living on Patrick's legacy. Yo, thank you very much for the 53 months, Anthony. I appreciate it. Oh, God. Another one. Multi-kills, thank you for the 200 bits. Who do you think wins the May melee, and why is it the Dallas Fuel? I actually think it's the Dallas Fuel. There's a part of me, I'm going to decide later in the week, after I watch more VODs. There's a part of me that thinks it's Chungu. That was not a good attempt by Izyaki, honestly. I think if I had to put my money right now, I would put it on Dallas Fuel, but a part of me wants to go for Chengdu. He missed one. He is human. Oh, he has rally now. He's literally unkillable. How many times did Alarm just shoot him while getting hit at by a... Look at this! Alarm literally just getting run down by a brig. 1, 2... He shoots Izyaki 3 times with a rallying brig in his face. How does that happen? I have any other movement on my screen and my aim goes to shit. I'm just fucking... Ah! But Alarm somehow hits like 3 like hip fire shots onto Izyaki with a rallying brig in his face. Wow, Rascal lived to tell the tale as well. That's pretty well played. Wow, that's another great grab by Hopper. Are they gonna hold this again? Classic. Mano knocked him into Rascal. Poor. God damn it, Mano. We talked about this. Alright, Fusion have like no ultimates now. Mano needs to kill like 7 with this Nano Winston. Never mind, they nanoed Hopper. Hopper needs to kill 9 with this Nano Zaya. Someone needs to kill anybody. Is where we're at now. Once again, I am still asking for a kill. Alright, well. Very optimistic sleep, yeah. Honestly, they were all optimistic sleeps. He just hit a bunch of them back to back, so then everyone thought he was a god. Alright. Let's get some Carpe view going. This feels more like the Dragons that we promised. And it sort of goes back to what I was saying. Is like, they're just playing the right comps. It was never really a question of, like, are they good? It's like, they kept playing, like, trying to force this, like, Mercy Ashe DM stuff. And then they were just playing Izayaki Zen instead of Double Bubble. And it just felt really weird and forced. And it's just not a good comp. And that's why I think they were losing. Like, obviously, like, it's not like the Dragons changed their roster. They had the exact same roster they had going into the playoffs last year. They were always going to be good. They just had some weird performances at the start of the season. Who on Dallas is shooting Jinmu out of the air? You don't need to shoot Dallas out. You don't need to shoot Jinmu out of the air if you kill the rest of his team before he can do anything. And that is what I think the solution is if you are Dallas Fuel going up against Chengdu Hunters. Just play fast. I think you're going to see a lot of Lucio Moira. That's the kind of the same stuff we saw from them on Volskaya. I think that's probably what I expect. Good sleep. Nice play. What match are you reviewing after this? I'm not sure. Maybe we'll watch the Dallas one. Bonk. Alright, let's see how they re-engage this. Lip, I believe in you. You're gonna get the world. Actually, this is so hard to get a good value EMP. This is gonna be so hard. Look at how split up they are. Oh, Toby found him. Guess it forced out Nano, but hey, I would almost certainly always trade a Nano for an EMP. Especially seeing his Lip has to go out of the fight for a while now.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Yeah, you know it'd be really nice right now. An EMP? Why didn't he just translocate? He could have easily gone back to here where his translocator was, go under, go to the Mega. By then, the fight is probably popping off, and then drop an EMP. I don't get it. I don't get it. Lip EMP. Limp EMP. Makes too much sense. Ah, fuck. Or just manual hack. He was getting swung at, so he couldn't manual hack, but forcing the EMP there is never going to be the winning scenario. Like, that's so bad he's an owl. He's actually considered one of the best Sombras as well. The dude just can't work out how to EMP to save his life. He just panics. I think he just panics every time he gets his EMP. I think he's like, I think it's gotten to the point where his EMPs are so bad that he's in his head about it. You know? Like, once you fuck up something enough times, you start getting in your head about how much you fucked it up. And because you're in your head about it, you fuck it up even more. That's where I think Lip is at with his EMPs. He's so worried about getting a good EMP that they all just continuously suck. That was ambitious. Let's use that word. Oh, good sleep. I think Alarm has been silently very good in this series as well. Maybe dwarfed by the fact that Izayaki just had some fucking nutty sleeps. But Alarm has been so consistently good throughout this entire series. Like, his Baptiste play on Havana, all of his sleeps on this map, everything he did on... He's just been so good. And maybe it's just we take Alarm for granted. Like, we just always know he's going to be phenomenal. So we just talk about other people. But he's just so good. Alarm Pov? Alright, we can get some more Alarm Pov. Oh, that's such a good nade as well. Ah, EMP from Lip. Hey, 1 second. Sorry, we let a Lip EMP go past us for a second there. Like, they literally have the hardest counter in the game to what you're doing. Like, they have the rally. What is he gaining out of EMPing? Like, they're not gonna kill. You're not gonna kill either of these two. They're in a rally. Why not just, like, manual hack the Xayah or something like that, you know? He's got a free manual hack right here. Like, he doesn't have to drop the EMP. Like, force them to do something. Like, yeah, it just... Oh, God, Alarm sleeps. That's so good. What was your favorite match to watch? My favorite match of the weekend. It might have been Dallas vs. Shock. Just for the shock factor of it all, you know? Both Annas are on fire, yeah. These guys are actually just pounding. Alright, you guys said Carpe, right? You're not realizing the fact that Lip hit more than one person. It doesn't matter if you hit more than one person if it's the world's most useless EMP. Like, I can EMP 6 people if I just run into their spawn as they're walking out and EMP. No one's gonna die, but... Like, you can hit one person with an EMP and I'll accept it, and that's a fine thing. It needs to be useful in some capacity. And that's the biggest problem with Lip's EMP is, like, there's no win condition. He's not providing anything for his team when he EMPs. Alright. Get fucked, Lip. Leave popped? Yeah, I really want to watch a Chengdu game as well today. Imagine if he hit the baby diva. Yeah, it would have been a great shot. Nice dink. I don't like how aggressive he is right now. Oh, that's a big headshot. That's also a pretty big headshot. That was pretty insane. Let's watch it back. Let's watch it again. Carpe washed, by the way. Dude just, like, he just hit important shot after important shot. Literally, like, dinks the Winston on the way out, which just creates so much pressure, like, Fate can't come out anymore, right? It's just so insane. Like, that in itself is just, like, widow value, right? Then he dinks the rallying brig to the point where she just instantly dies. Kills the Ana in spawn. Burns the baby diva. And then just... This is just for style points at this point. Sheesh. As the kids say. People are questioning why Fusion's... Anyone with, like... Anyone with a brain knows why they signed Fusion. Why they signed Carpe for so long. He's just, like, so good. And he's always has been. And people who say he's, like, he was washed and that kind of stuff. Even when Carpe was at his worst, is still better than, like... Is still in the top echelon of the DPS, right? Like, he's not the best. Like, he wasn't playing like Prophet. He wasn't doing that kind of stuff. But anyone would still want him on his team when he was playing at his worst. So it's like... Still top 50? Yeah, like, for sure. Like, he's still so good. Alright, what do we got? Philly. How do Philly fuck this up? How do they fuck this up so bad? Rascal going down at the start of this fight is a problem. Oh! Oh, they just res it. How do they fuck this up? That was a good nano onto the diva. Alright, Mono, I'm gonna need you to pound. Oh, that's a good Valk. Oh, stuck again. No! Make it! This grab should have won them the game. No! This was such a bad grab. Why did he grab Diva on the cart?
Wobble, wobble,
Look at how many juicy people. Imagine if he threw the grab here. Imagine if he just, like, he just, like, solo grabbed a Diva, who's probably gonna get bombed. Diva bomb. Doesn't even die. Oh, man. That grab is what... That looks like the turning point, right? If they had just not forced that grab, I think they would have been in a much better spot. Shit. Now they got overtime spawns on Gibraltar. If they don't win the first fight of the second thing, are they gonna get shit spawns? Oh, no! 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 Run, Toby, run! Oh, no, that's so bad. Oh, they're in so much trouble. Nano Fade is about to pound. This was so poorly done by the Dragons as well. Holy shit, this is so poor. But it doesn't even matter because they're so far ahead. Why did they force the nano hit? Like, why are they... Someone explain to me why this is the moment you nano. Like, this is such a bad nano. Like, what's he gonna do? The only thing he can do is jump into this room, but if he jumps into this room, he dies. What a waste. Oh, that's a problem, though. Wow, they actually did a pretty good job of not all dying to that. Good play by Flatter. Because he got flashed? No. You guys aren't understanding what I'm like. When I'm saying this nano was bad, I'm not saying he executed it poorly. It is bad because of when it gets done. Why does he drop? Why are they nanoing here? He doesn't even know where the team is. He just assumes people are coming from this room. He's right here. He gets flashed. He's not gonna die. Like, why? He's not gonna die when he gets flashed.
I'm feeling unstoppable.
Like, the timing of it is just really poorly done. Kill the Zarya. A nano Winston is not going to kill a Zarya unless the Zarya is isolated and doesn't have personal. But they're both supports. You have to assume that supports are going to give them some help. Like, on top of that, the Winston is so isolated from the rest of his team. Like, no one could even follow up. Just, I think that's like I don't know if it's nerves or just, like, trying to win too early. But if they had that nano now, like, imagine how much more work it could do. They isolate Rascal again, which is a problem. But yeah, as I said, I don't think it really matters. Dragons just had so many ults compared to the Fusion, right? They get so much space. They have all the positioning. They didn't even need the nano to win. just to buy time now. You like they were getting cart time anyway. You would rather just wait until they walk out of this door. Like if he was standing like up here, and then he saw like the Brig Anna like walking across here, that's a fucking beautiful nano. That's like the dream. But he just went a few seconds early to the point that the Brig and Anna can just hide in this room. And like you saw, everyone just retreats to this room, and the Winston can't walk in. The Winston walks into that room, he dies. Day one, so yeah, it's just a big advantage though. Just because you win doesn't mean it's the right play. Good pulse bomb onto Void. Mano creates the space while that's happening. Oh, Mano. Oh, wow. Carpe is carrying again. I really wanted him to hit that shot.
No one can hide from my sight.
Alright, let's go.
Round 3. Ready for battle.
Alright, Carpe, I'm gonna need you to kill 19. Carpe went psycho? Yeah, he's actually had some crazy big moments.
Ready for battle.
Hello.
5, 4.
The Diva Mercy kills are easy shots, but you had to hit them. Yeah, and that's it. But like,
Attackers incoming.
there are a lot of easy shots that are missed a lot. And the best widows in the world are the ones that like hit the easy shots. Like the best widows in the world aren't the ones that usually hit the craziest shots. It's the ones who just hit the consistently easy shots. Because they get, if you're a widowmaker and you've ever watched even the pro widowmakers, they get a lot of free shots. It's about just like making sure you capitalize on those free shots. Like that was somewhat of a free shot, right? Like if they like other than the Brig Shield. The hopper grab, yeah, the hopper. It all sort of fell down with the hopper grab. Shows how afraid he is. That bubble's a problem. Nice tech, yeah, clean little widow tech. Sideplay used to hit the easy shots. Sideplay was one of the first, like, most consistent widows we had in the game back in 2018. Alright. Nothing's really happening right now. Hot bad. Hopper's had a pretty good series so far throughout this. I think Hopper's been pretty good, but that grab was definitely a big mistake. And I'm sure if you asked him, he would say the exact same thing. Oh no. What's the rest of their team doing? They need to clear these flanks. Carpe's never gonna get a shot if they can't clear these flanks. Oh, what the fuck is like? Yeah, clear the flanks of the Brig apparently. What is, bro? What are you doing here? How did you get here? I want to watch this. Sorry. Just Lee J on things. I'm so confused how Lee J got. What? Why? Can somebody explain to me when you see this? This has to be a mistake. There's no way Lee J Gon just dove their spawn. There's no way that he intentionally just dove spawn as a Brig. That's something I would do when I'm spawned.
60 seconds.
Exerting the Brig diff onto Toby. And then like, yeah, I don't know. Alright. Well, Lee J Gon's down. What are we gonna do from there? Sending a fucking message, dude. Get out of my lobby. Oh shit. Where is his healing? Yeah, Izayaki. God, I can't believe Izayaki let Lee J Gon die. You guys see that shit? Ridiculous. Hopper dies. Hopper. Oh, alright, never mind. I thought he was, like, gone aggressive.
30 seconds remaining.
Hopper? Ping, ping. Alright, ping, ping. Ping problems, ping problems. Carpe has not gotten enough value on this Widow so far on their attack. Like, I don't hate the Widow because you kind of want it to mirror theirs, but... Like, it's obviously not his problem, but... Dude, Fate is just living permanently in the background. Alright, Mono gets nanoed and literally just goes and sits on cart. Oh, no. Oh, Carpe. Oh. Carpe.
No one can hide
Carpe.
from my sight.
Carpe. Carpe. Oh, mono feed. Hopograph. Actually a good one. Oh! Oh! Carpe. Carpe! Carpe! Was... Ah! Oh my god, Carpe is actually just dumped on leave. Sorry, lip. Somebody else kill something, please. Oh my god. Somebody, anybody else, just shoot at something. Anybody, please, help Carpe. Just anything. Aye. Here we go. Ross got a nice clip on Izayaki, yeah. Like, yeah, they're just not really converting right now. Like, Carpe, it feels like the only one really getting these big kills. Obviously, you know, they got a kind of joking. Like, obviously, the Fusion is getting a good amount of space, but... Are they farming? No. How does Mono die as Bull? Literally, he just needs to not die. Does he get slept? Oh, he just kind of got a little aggressive. Oh, this was so unnecessary. Oh, and then Liv body blocked him. Oh, God, that was kind of a feed by Mono. Yeah, he didn't need to go for that. Is Carpe dead? I think Carpe's dead. Run! Oh, no. Where am I? I don't know where I ended up. It's over. It's over. I am glad I'm not a Fusion fan. That's how I'm going to summarize this game. I'm really glad I'm not a Philadelphia Fusion fan. Because that would have sucked to watch. They were one fight away. They had 2 minutes on Volskaya, in which they botched their comp, which led to a draw. They were one team fight away from winning on Ilios Well, where they had a massive advantage. They got hard fucked on Gibraltar due to a bad grab that ended up creating this massive snowball opportunity. That sucks. That kind of sucks. I think Philly were the better team if they just didn't fuck up their... Like, credit to Shanghai. I think they played all the right comps in all the right situations. And great adaptation by their coaching staff and the team to play the right things. Fusion were the team that dropped the ball, I think, with their compositions at certain times. I think they really made a few integral mistakes at certain times with their comps that really cost them. Like that Ilios Ruins as well. Like they came out with Ash Mercy. They must have expected that they thought Shanghai were going to play Ash Mercy or something like that, and they went for the mirror, and they just didn't. It was weird. If Mano doesn't int, that was an int by Mano on that final overtime fight, but that was easily not the worst thing that happened in that series. The Hopper grab was way worse than that. But yeah, I think Fusion might have been the better team. But hey, as we said about the Florida thing, they made it. Shanghai qualified. Maybe they'll show up if they have a good day. I think a Shanghai on a very good day can beat anyone. We just haven't seen that good day yet. I don't think I've seen Dragons have that, show me that they're like, hey, we can win this, we're going to win the Overwatch League. I haven't seen that from them this season so far. They're obviously incredible, but I haven't seen that, so maybe they'll prove it in the main melee. That's going to be it for the review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a very long one because of a bunch of tangents that we went on. I'm sorry if that annoys you, but it's just the way it is. But I think it was a very interesting match. I really wanted to go in depth on those two teams as I hadn't really seen it. I think it was the most interesting match of the weekend. So thank you very much for money. I read money out the side of my eyes, and I just said it. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you guys soon. Much love. See you in the next review.